What's going on, guys? Got another comic book haul video for you. I've got about half a short box to go through. There was a huge dollar sale at Great Escape here in Louisville, Kentucky a couple weeks ago. They have a auxiliary building or room, I guess, that's attached to their main building that they use for storage, but they open it up every now and then for dollar sales, and they have about 40 or 50 long boxes that they put in there, so you can just go through those, and it's great for digging. So they had one of those a couple weeks ago, and that's where all these books came from. I got there about a half hour before they opened, and I was not the first in line. There was about 3 or 4 people in front of me, but that's fine. First in line is not always the best, because then you get kind of trampled and things like that. But I did meet one of my subscribers, so Bryson, if you're watching this, I appreciate you saying hi, and it was nice to meet you. And I was very impressed that he recognized me, because I have my glasses on, and I have very thick glasses, and it's hard to recognize me just from the picture. That's my the channel icon or whatever. So very impressed. So hope you got some good stuff there too, man. Alright, so we'll start off here with the first book, Deadpool and Cable Split Second, number 3. This is just a mini-series I'm trying to collect. I think I showed the first one in my last video, the Back to the Future homage. I'm not sure if this cover's an homage to anything or not. It kind of looks like a movie poster or something, but nothing is jumping out. But I think this is just a 3-issue mini-series, so I've just got one more issue left. Next, got Alien Worlds. This is number 1. Just grabbed this for the cool Joe Chiodo cover. The Dave Stevens did one of the covers. I think it's number 3 or 4. That one goes for a little bit, but most of the other ones are dollar books, so I was happy to find that. And then I also found number 7, another cool Joe Chiodo cover, and then the title there is shiny too. I don't think the camera's picking it up, but I just noticed that when I pulled it out of the bag there. But just cool. I've never read any of these books before. I assume they're just like little anthologies or something, but the artwork is really good, so grab that. Next, got Doom 2099 AD, number 2099. Just cool shiny acetate 90s cover wrap around there with Dr. Doom on the Mount Rushmore. And I don't know if Warren Ellis had started writing it at this time. I know he finished it up. Yeah, he did write this. And so he did that was one of his first runs, I think, on Marvel books, was this Doom 2099 run. So I'm going to try to pick that up eventually. You can usually find all those books in the dollar bin. So I was happy to find that. I'd never seen that one before. And then speaking of shiny 2099 goodness, got 2099 Apocalypse, got Cap on there, and then that's also another wraparound cover. Shiny, shiny, very cool. I'd never seen this one before, so had to grab that. Then got Marvel Masterpieces number 1. This is just a gallery book of the Joe Jusko Marvel Masterpiece cards that he did, and I think that first set was like 91 or 92. That's just full page blown up versions of those. That's pretty cool. I got this one I've never seen before. It's Space Cowboy. This is the annual number 1. This reprints a bunch of Space Cowboy stories from anthologies in the mid-90s. I just grabbed it because it's got that cool Frank Frazetta cover on there, and then I also saw that it had some artwork from Jim Steranko and Wally Wood in there, so there's kind of a gallery where they do their stuff too. So there's the Frazetta one, there's Wally Wood, and then there's just some reprints, and then there's the Steranko cover, or pin-up, I guess. So that's pretty cool. Guess I'd never seen it before, so grab that. Speaking of weird stuff I'd never seen before, got Succulina Vampire Temp. I assume this is a one-shot, I'm not sure. Kind of looks like a cross between Elvira and Vampirella, I guess. So it's just a fun black and white indie comic. It was pretty funny. I was flipping through it. Some good stuff in there. So I always like to find those fun indie books. This is not an indie book. Well, I guess the image maybe could be technically indie, but DC is certainly not. I have that Batman Darkness, the first one of that. I'm not sure how many of those there were, but I've never seen Darkness Superman before. So I got number 1 and number 2. This is Bart Starr. I thought it said Bart Sears, yeah. So this isn't either. No, it's not. Oh, Bart Starr. Bat Star, not Bart Starr. Bart Starr's a quarterback for the Packers. Kirkham. I guess Tyler Kirkham did the art on there. Looks like Mark Silvestri did the cover on that one and that one too. So that's cool. I wish he had done the interiors, but Tyler Kirkham's no slouch, so happy to find those. Just a cool Daredevil book. I don't collect a lot of Daredevil, but this is a pretty iconic cover from the late 80s. Punisher and Daredevil going at it, so I had to grab that. And another Daredevil book. This is the first appearance on Blackheart. I'll probably try to sell this one. I know this was heating up a few months ago. Was going for, I don't know, 30 or 40 bucks. It's probably a lot less than that now, maybe 20. I'm not sure, but I think there was rumors he was going to be in. I can't remember if it was going to be in the Daredevil show or what, but I don't know. Pretty cool cover. Looks like a porcupine there with Daredevil and Spider-Man coming after him. I got a bunch of DV8 books. I finished the run of the 7 Deadly Sin covers, so I was happy about that. This first one is number 0, though. There were 2 0 covers. I guess I don't know if that's probably cover A. I think that's Ramos. And then the cover B is an homage to Gen 13 number 1. So I was happy to find that. That looks like, I mean, the whole thing looks like Jim Lee, but that's not his signature. But that guy on the left definitely looks like Jim Lee face. But then here are the rest of the 7 Deadly Sins covers. This is Wrath. Just a cool painted cover there. I'm not sure who did that one. It looks like J.G. Jones, but it's probably not him. And this one looks like Simon Bisley, but it's Glenn Fabry. This is Gluttony. That's cool. Kind of a Spider-Man 1 homage, sitting on a big pile of food and stuff in his face. And then this is just the regular A cover, I think. So managed to find all the 7 Deadly Sin covers, and then number 1 and a couple of the 0 issues. So happy to find that. And speaking of Jim Lee, got this Divine Right number 2. So this is weird. This is a very thick book. I'd heard of this Divine Right series before. I think I got one of them in one of my last couple of videos, but this is actually a French version of number 2, and this is the cover for number 4, which was strange. I found that doing some research on that. I think this is probably a double-sized book. Maybe they printed more or packaged more than one of them together when they released them over in France. I'm not sure, but this is the cover to number 4, but just a cool Jim Lee cover. And just that caught my eye, so I grabbed it. Speaking of cool covers, got beautiful Ghost Rider 15, first glow-in-the-dark cover. I think it was the first glow-in-the-dark cover. Mark Teixeira art. I had this. This was one of the first books I bought when I started collecting again about 2 years ago. It was a pretty beat-up copy, and this one's much nicer. And I don't think I'll be able to show the glow-in-the-dark because I haven't been holding it in front of my light for long enough, but trust me when I say it's really cool glow-in-the-dark cover. So now I just need to find the second print. I got this Guardians of the Galaxy Annual number 1. It's the cool Frank Cho cover, and he does the interior art as well. So I had no idea that he did any Guardians stuff, so I was happy to find that. New Mutants 99. So Rob Liefeld goodness. I think this is first appearance of Shatterstar, maybe. Kind of the homage to that Spider-Man cover. Or wait, no, maybe it's that X-Men cover because it says After Burn. So maybe it's when Cyclops is walking away and then it's got all the X-Men in the background. I'm not sure what number that is, but Miss Marvel number 6, just trying to put this volume 2 run together. So anytime I see one for $1, I will grab it. Another fun crossover here. Got Star Trek X-Men. Open this up. There's some funny shenanigans going on with Captain Kirk, of course. The artwork, it looks like Silvestri on the inside. Yeah, he did the pencils on page 1 to 21, so he did a lot of the interior art, so that was cool. There's a funny moment here. That's a really cool page. Got Spock and Kirk. And then there was one moment where somebody says Dr. McCoy, and then Beast and McCoy and Bones both say what. That was pretty funny. And this panel is Kirk hitting on Jean Grey. And then I don't think Cyclops is it? No, there's Cyclops. So I don't know if he sees it or not, but it's pretty funny. Kirk is not going to let the opportunity go by to hit on, I guess she's not an alien, but mutant. So I thought that was fun. And then another Star Trek X-Men crossover. This one is Next Generation. This one was not as good. The interior art I did not like very much, so it kind of detracted a lot from the story. And the story was weird. It kind of takes place right after the Next Generation First Contact movie when they leave Earth and go back. It's like credits roll in First Contact, and then this story happens. So it's just kind of weird. But, you know, for $1, I'll get a weird crossover. More Frank Cho goodness. This is Skyborn, kind of the same cover style as that Guardians cover. I think this was a 5-issue, number 1 of 5-issue miniseries. So I'm gonna try to put that together because he does the interiors as well. He probably writes this too. He writes his creator-owned stuff. I think he writes most of it. I was happy to find this. Just a cool Chun-Li cover. I usually don't like the Virgin covers because they just remind me of like an art print, and it's harder to figure out what issue it's from. This one has the COA on the back though, so that helps a lot. It's a Dynamic Forces variant from Street Fighter 1, limited 2,000 copies. So for $1, I won't say no to a cool Chun-Li cover. Got another Dynamic Forces variant, Supreme the Return. This is a beautiful Alex Ross cover. That part obviously is the painted stuff. That looks like Liefeld. That might be Larson. I'm not sure over there. But just a cool Supreme cover. And then that one, does that one have the COA? Yeah, it's got the COA on it too. So, can't go wrong with that. And then I think this is the last of the COA books. This is another Wizard 1/2. This is the 10th. This is the Tony Daniel creator-owned project. Don't really know anything about it, but anytime I see these Wizard 1/2s, I'll grab those for cheap. And it looks like, yeah, Tony Daniel. I don't know if he signed it or not. If they just copied the signature, but pretty cool. Alright. Next, we got What the #1. Just a fun parody book. Just grabbed this one because it was a newsstand. It's in pretty good shape. Got Xena #1. Just a cool J. Scott Campbell cover. I didn't know that I know Dave Stevens did one of those Xena books. I showed that probably a little over a year ago. But I didn't know that Campbell did a cover, so the style of the art really caught my eye when I was flipping, so I just grabbed it. Another one of these fun create your own cover books. This is the Worlds Collide. This one does have all the stickers and the bag intact, unlike that Superman Lobo one that I showed a couple videos ago. So this one has not been opened. Look at all those beautiful stickers. Oh yeah. Got Steel, Static, Icon, Hardware, everybody on there. So one of these days I will have some fun with that. Maybe to get like 10 of them or something and go crazy. This was another crossover, Wildcats X-Men Silver Age. I showed I think it was a Art Adams cover, maybe, is the first one that I showed a couple videos ago, and this is the Jim Lee cover, so just grab that. Got some G.I. Joe books here, just trying to complete this run. Got number 11, number 59, that's the first appearance of Jinx, the female ninja from the same house of Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes are from, Arashikage. I don't know if that's right how you pronounce it or not, but happy to find that. And then got number 80. So, and then I've got one more G.I. Joe book. It's out of order, so please forgive me. This is number 60. So, one of the boxes had a lot of McFarlane stuff in it, but unfortunately it was being gone through by somebody else right next to me, and I was kind of side-eye. I was giving him the side-eye watching what he was digging, because I saw some of the early McFarlane Spider-Man stuff in there. There wasn't 300 or 301 or anything, or 315 or 316, but it was all around that early 300 stuff that I'm trying to get. So I was disappointed I didn't get any of that, but I did go over there after he got done and found a whole bunch of other McFarlane stuff. So that's why I grabbed. Well, this is a G.I. Joe book. Like I said, I'm trying to complete, but McFarlane does the art on this and the interiors as well. So when I was flipping through it, and you can definitely tell it's McFarlane. He does some cool stuff with the Dreadnoks, but I don't know if that's supposed to be Duke, but that looks like Eddie Brock. Especially in this last page. Let me show you. Where is it? Yeah, that looks just like Eddie Brock. So I don't know. He was like developing his style at that point. Obviously, what year is this? 87. So it was right before Venom came out. So just something cool. Then Daredevil 241. McFarlane does the interiors on this as well. This is a cool Mike Zeck cover. And then this Invasion Book 1, McFarlane doing the cover, and I think he does the interiors on that as well. This is a 3-issue series. I've got 1 and 2 now. I think George Perez does the interior, or the cover at least, on one of them. Inks, yeah, pencils McFarlane, and then he inks some of them in chapter 4. So this is a square bound book, so it's pretty thick. I'm not sure what that series is about, but I'll grab that third one now that I've got the first 2 and give it a read. And some more McFarlane goodness. This Marvel Tales 229, just him drawing. He just did the covers on these, just cool. Iceman, Angel, Spider-Man. And then the last one is 226, just another cool Spider-Man one. This is just, they're just reprints of the old Spider-Man books, with McFarlane doing the covers. Alright, a couple Transformers books here. Looks like a fun crossover, Mars Attacks and Transformers. And, oh, I lied, I've got one more COA. This is Mars Attacks 1/2, cool painted cover. And then there's the COA from that, Mars Attacks a Savage Dragon. Didn't know he did that. I don't recognize the artist. But just fun. I just noticed him doing the thumbs down, holding the earth in his hand. Just really cool cover. Mars Attacks is fun, so why not? Let's see. Got more Transformers books. This is Transformers number 3 of the animated movie, and number 4. So this is they did an adaptation, Marvel did, of the Transformers animated movie back in '86 when it came out, and I guess IDW did a 20th anniversary collection. So this was probably from 2006. So I got and it was a 4-issue series. So I've got 3 and 4. So now I need to find numbers 1 and 2. And I was happy to find this whole series. This Transformers Prime Rage of the Dinobots. Augustin Padilla does I think he does the covers and he does the interiors on all these as well. So I was happy to find this whole run. It's just a 4-issue mini. I became aware of him looking at that when I got that Best of Grimlock book that they recently came out with, and he was one of the artists that jumped out when I was going through that. So I was happy to find that. This is just kind of a fun read with about the Dinobots and trying to rescue, or they get stranded on Cybertron or something. It was fun. I got this one. This is Transformers Prime Beast Hunters. This is number 6. I thought this was part of the same series or whatever, but it's not. But it's Augustin Padilla doing the interiors on that as well. So that's another one I've got to get now. Then some cool Spotlight books. Got Hot Rod. That's the cover B. I don't know if these look like they might connect somehow, but I don't know. Got Jazz, cover A. Shockwave, cover A, and this is when, so this one says issue 1, cover A. This one just, those two just say cover A and cover B, so I'm not sure how the numbering is on these, but I just grabbed them because I like the covers. And then last Transformers book, just cool Ultra Magnus cover. So I was happy to find all those. I'd never seen those before, so not sure if they're like a part of a continuing story or just kind of one-shots, but I do love me some Transformers. Alright, and I'm going to finish it off with some Spider-Man and X-Men. So, got this ASM 334. These were all in that box that the guy next to me was going through, so he probably pulled out all the earlier stuff, but I needed a bunch of this Eric Larson stuff to work on my run, so I was happy to find it. So 334, 341, 345, that's a cool cover, 348, and Larson does the interiors on all these as well, so that's cool. And last one of the ASMs is 350. Now this one's really cool. If you go to the back page, or the back of the book, it's got a little Eric Larson gallery in there. Get to it. There we go. So you got Daredevil and Spider-Man, and then those guys, Captain Universe, Solo, and Cardiac? Sure. But then the last page is a subscription thing. The last page with Eric Larson is this cool dual thing that's got McFarlane art on the right side in the black suit and Larson art on the left side in the red and blue suit. And I think this might be the last time that McFarlane drew Spider-Man for Marvel willingly. Because I know they've used his art on some of those incentive variants after he left, but I think this might be the last time that he drew it before he quit Marvel. So that's kind of cool. Oh, I lied. A couple more Spider-Man books. This one's weird. It's a one-shot megalomaniacal Spider-Man. It's about. I saw this. He was talking about this on West Coast Davengers. Yeah, that's how I became aware of it. I haven't read the story yet, but apparently Spider-Man kills himself. You can see it on the cover there. He's got the gun and the typewriter. So it's kind of weird one-shot. Spectacular Spider-Man 131. I think this was part of the Craven Last Hunt series. I'm pretty sure that's why I grabbed it. It's got Mike Zeck doing the interiors on that. So it's cool. This is the Hypno Hustler issue, first appearance. This one was going for like $70 or $80 about a month ago now, I guess, when Donald Glover came out. I don't know if he said he wanted to play him or if he was going to play him, but that's all the way down to like $30 now, so who knows. I just got this to flip. I don't care. So just a goofy cover. And then this is Web of Spider-Man 70, just for Spider-Hulk. And I got Marvel Tales 209. This just reprints the first appearance of the Punisher from ASM 129, which is kind of out of my price range, so I was happy to find the reprint. And just finish off with some X-Men books here. Just trying to work on my, I think I'm probably going to try to just collect 200 to 300, see if I can finish that and see what happens. So I got 216, 217, I think that's a Walt Simonson. Let's see, 219, Blevins, not sure who the artist is on that. Most of these are Mark Silvestri, so that's why I was grabbing them. 226, 227, cool Storm cover. 232 with the Brood. 233, Colossus throwing a car at the Brood. Some cool Wolverine covers here. 234, Werewolf Wolverine. And then 251, getting crucified there on the X. Really happy to find those. They're all in pretty good shape too, so anytime I find those for $1, I'm very happy. And a couple of Forge covers there, 262 and 263. And then this is out of that 200 to 300 range, but this last book is 467. Just a beautiful Psylocke cover. I think that's Chris Bacalo on the doing the cover art on that. So shout out to Chris from North Garden Comics. I know he's a big fan. I think I might have seen this on his show or on his channel. Definitely check his channel out. He puts a lot more production value into his videos, and he's got really good taste, and I like seeing what he shows too. So anytime I can find a cool Psylocke cover, I am in. Alright guys, thanks for sticking with me. I know it was a longer video, but like I said, it was a half a short box of dollar books. So that's going to do it for now. We'll talk to you later. Bye.